e4, c5, knight f3, d6, d4, c takes d4, knight takes d4, knight f6, knight c3, knight c6, bishop g5, g6, bishop takes f6, e takes f6, bishop b5, bishop d7, knight d e2, bishop e6, queen d2, bishop g7, knight f4, castle kingside, knight takes e6, f takes e6, rook d1, f5, queen takes d6, knight d4, queen takes d8, rook f takes d8, bishop d3, b5, e takes f5, g takes f5, knight takes b5, knight takes b5, bishop takes b5, rook takes d1, check, king takes d1, bishop takes b2, king e2, rook c8, bishop a4, rook c7, rook d1, king f7, bishop b3, king e7, king f1, rook d7, rook e1, e5, rook e3, king f6, rook h3, king g5, bishop e6, rook e7, bishop d5, e4, king e2, bishop d4, rook b3, rook c7, c4, rook c5, rook a3, rook c8, f3, e takes f3, check, rook takes f3, rook e8, check, king d3, bishop c5, rook h3, rook e7, rook g3, check, king f4, king d2, rook e3, rook g7, rook a3, rook takes h7, rook takes a2, check, king d3, a5, rook c7, rook a3, check, king c2, bishop b4, king b2, rook c3, rook b7, rook e3, bishop f3, rook c3, bishop d5, rook e3, h4, King G4. Rook H7. A4. Bishop F3 check. King F4. Rook B7. Rook B3 check. King A2. Rook A3 check. King B2. Rook B3 check. King A2. Rook A3 check. King B2. Rook B3 check.